we should be lit now. We should be ready to rock and roll now. We should be ready to rock and roll. Right? I would say we are. I would say we are back. Let me see. Gone for a minute, man. Had to. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, we back. I would hope so. Yes, sir. I would hope so. My chat. Where's my chat screens at? Okay, I see it now. We back. All right. My boys say I got an MLB prop. That motherfucker got to be hot. It got to be hot, bro. It does. It has to be hot. What up, D? Good morning. I got an MLB prop. Everything working out? Good morning, my guy. Yes, it's working. We working. We cooking with grease right now. Yes, sir. Man. Had a you gotta live life sometimes. So it is what it is in those regards. We back though at the end of the day. So yeah, this is me looking over a few things on Baseball Savant here. Um, uh, 15 game. We have big time weather implications. Okay, so this is going to be important, right? Um, Definitely. I hope you guys have been checking out the weather and things like that. Okay. Definitely going to is something interesting when we're dealing with our bread. So without all the small talk and giving people some chances to get in here, I'll go over some of the weather. Right. So first and foremost, yellow green for Chicago and Baltimore. A storm or two around leading up to first pitch. A late start is possible. Highly doubt we see anything worse than that. So we look pretty good there. Cleveland and Detroit. I can't tell if they're just going to try to play it through light showers all game or not play at all. Okay. I don't really see any other options. So that's something we got to be mindful of this Cleveland and Detroit weather. Pitching in general, right? Pitching gets shitted on, right? And we could figure out ways to try to capitalize. Like I said, they should have. Damn, I forgot who they got on the mound. We'll talk about that later. Maybe if you had a book that lets you do some alternate unders or something like that, you might be able to get away with it. Just need to see what the weather looks like. The Dodgers and Philly, maybe a raindrop, probably not. Hot temperatures with wind blowing out to center at near 10 miles an hour. Okay, for the folks who did like, hey, drop them likes back on the video, man. Drop them likes, all right? Um, Oakland and Boston. A broken line of showers, storms approaches Boston in game. I'm not sold if ever. I'm not sold if it ever makes it, but I'll leave a chance for a delay for now just in case. Warm with winds blowing out the left center at 15 miles an hour. I'll be looking at bats in that game. Okay, I'll be looking at bats in that game. Colorado, Colorado and Cincinnati. Sure seems like at least a delay is on the table. Beyond that, I'm not certain. Um, Washington at New York Nets. Maybe a sprinkle. Winds out to left, 10 to 15 miles an hour. Um, Red orange. Kansas City Royals at St. Louis. It rains literally all day, maybe until 9 p.m. Could they technically wait it out and play late? Probably. Will they? I doubt it. We can revisit this. We can revisit this as we don't get an early postpone, but I think they probably call this one off early. So that one might be off the table. Minnesota and Chicago White Sox, another game where they either play it wet or don't play it at all. I think there's a pretty good chance they choose the latter and call this game off. But if we don't get an early postpone, I'll drop the risk significantly. So we'll be where I'll be waiting, right? I'll be watching. Um, I'll be waiting and watching. You know what I'm saying? We see some Reds up here. Reds do not bode well. Okay, so be mindful of that. Make sure you're checking the weather at all times today. And let's just talk about. Let's do a quick breeze through what we're thinking. What we're thinking. So looking at the games, I can really scroll through Baseball Savant and things like that. That's because sometimes if the game is have rain implications, they won't put it on the books. But this one will have all the book games either way it go. Now, Chicago Cubs at Baltimore Orioles. What I was looking at is definitely going to be Chicago Cubs. Well, I mean, it's going to be Baltimore Orioles or nothing for me in this spot. The Chicago Cubs, they will strike out versus right hand pitching. Um, Dan Creamer does have some decent case stuff. Don't know how far I want to go with it, right? Looking at some of the splits and stuff like that on the season and things of that nature. Chicago Cubs, they will strike out. They are six overall in the season versus right-hand pitching with a 96 WRC plus. Even if you want to look back to the last 30 days, they're probably a little bit higher, they are still six at 25%, 24, 25% K rate. As far as I don't know what his, I didn't even add Creamer. So let's go take a look at Creamer right here. Let's take a look and see what he hasn't been back, right? So uh, he just this is probably like his how many games he's been back? Probably third. His game like his third game back. We'll see. When you're looking at the strikeouts, so this will be his second game back from an absence from June 20th, right? So he pitched versus Seattle, and he did what he's supposed to do in a great spot right there. That's fine. We know Seattle is one of the worst, if not the worst team in striking out. So you don't get too many cookies for that shit. His strikeout prop is sitting at 4.5. That's interesting. Okay. Um, he pitched. He pitched 83 pitches. Now, 83 pitches. I'm looking for him to pitch a little bit more, right? But this is his second game back from injury. Don't know how many pitches he'll get. He'll be throwing, right? Hasn't got a chance to really stretch himself out. He has had a couple 100 pitch games here, but those were games before he got hurt. So at the end of the day, can he hit his strikeout prop? Yes, he can, depending on how fast my Chicago Cubs will strike out. You know what I'm saying? So for right now, I could lean towards the over strikeouts. I could lean. His pitching outs is another bet that I really like to take. I mean, that I really like to bet on. 15 and a half. It's an interesting number. I might end up fading it. But I do think he could probably get there. Chicago Cubs bats can be anemic. Speaking of the bats, um, there was one bat that stood out to me, and you could probably look at him for a hit or something like that. That would be Michael Bush. And then on the flip side, for Baltimore bats, mm, 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 mm. with Jameson Taillon on the mound, you know, Jameson Taillon has been getting up for these big games, but I don't know how far you can get up for this one here. I seen a lot of bats in some good spots here. I wouldn't even call it narrowed it down. So I really need to add him up here too. Let me see. Let me add I think it was Westberg. Let me add Westberg because I forgot to put him in. And these bats that you will see over here to the side, just baseline, just for a hit, right? If I tell you anything other than, whatever, right? Or if you ask me what I think, I'll gladly give you my opinion. But when I put these bats to the side, these are mainly for guys for like hits, parlays, home runs, whatever the case may be. But I want to try to put them in there just for hits. Leave it as a baseline for hits. Therefore, a lot of people don't get confused. You know what I'm saying? Predicting game flow and stuff like that. Of course, hit runs and RBIs. You see me across the industry. That's what I bet a lot. You know what I'm saying? So, this game here in general, like this game here, I would like this game for hits, runs, and RBIs. We have in favor of Baltimore. We have over a 9.5 over under here. Even it's the team total. You can also look at a team total for Baltimore. Team total will be looking at probably 5.5. We can take a look right now and see. Uh, Probably looking at a 5.5 here for Baltimore. 4.5. Now, I would have to take this, right? I would have to take this. So I'm definitely gonna take this. Win, lose, or draw. Give me the over 4.5 hits, runs, not hits, runs, and RBIs. Over 4.5 team total. Okay. The Baltimore Orioles versus right-hand pitching. Um, like I said, Italian, he's been showing up for some big games, but I'll take my lumps, right? 20% K rate with a 118 WRC plus on the season versus right hand pitching. Um, Last 30 days versus right hand pitching Baltimore, 19.5% K rate with 138 WRC plus, and the songs just keeps on playing. Last 14 days, last 2 weeks, Baltimore. Uh, Second least in striking out at 17%, 125 WRC plus. If you want to take a look at some of the pitch mix and things like that, I can slide you through here just to take a look at some of the pitch mix. But some I didn't really have to look at any of that. But a lot of this stuff right there definitely we already know this stuff by heart at the end of the day. But I can look at James Italian and give you guys a brief a brief overview. What is that? So even over the course of the last month, uh, you got plenty green here, right? You got plenty green. My top bat here of course, is going to be Gunnar Henderson, but at the end of the day, I was looking at Westberg for sure, but you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with neither one of these guys versus their pitch mix. The K percentage is down versus this pitch mix, so you can't really too much go wrong with a lot of these batters, right? Guys like Colton Cowser, they will strike out a little bit more. Uh, Heston, he'll strike out a little bit more. These guys here strike out a little bit more, but as of lately, these guys have been on one, right? Last 3 weeks, take a look at some of these numbers here. Some of the numbers get stronger, some of them don't. Down here, you got the last 7 days. Gunnar Henderson's been on fire versus this pitch mix, right along with Heston Kurt, whatever, KJ, right? But as you can see, the exit velo has been up for Santander, Henderson, and guys like that. Flipping over here to the right hand, where I seen what I seen here versus the pitch mix. Flipping over to the right hand, you can look at Westberg, and it's like I said, it's a lot of guys that you can really try to decipher from. But I chose Westberg from the right hand side of things. So let's see. And just using those three pitches right there. Last 3 weeks, or I can go back to the last month. Um, Westberg has been on fire in this regard versus this pitch mix with a low K rate of 14.2%. Um, hey, batting average sitting up there close to 400. Even if you're just looking at this guy for baselines and hits, that's what he's been doing versus this pitch mix over the last month. But even if I come down here to the last 2 weeks, um, he does have one extra base hits. He's 3-7 versus this pitch mix. Still batting 429 versus this pitch mix. So it is what it is, right? K percentage is down, but I like to look at certain instances, depending on who it is, whatever the case might be. I do like to look at four, last week. I mean last month, right? He does have 2 home runs, 8 hard hit balls, and two of them launched. Barrel percentage in at 23%. Hard hit percentage sitting at 55.6. They will be at home. Take a look at Jordan Westberg at home for some splits. Uh, Take a look at Jordan Westberg at home for some of his splits here. Um, I'd imagine, I didn't look, but I'm quite sure some of his numbers at home versus righties do look pretty good, I would imagine, because I know we looked over this several times, right? So at home versus right hand pitching, he's this is probably one of his best splits, if not his best splits, with a 162 WRC plus. But at home versus right hand pitching, a 19.5% K rate, 339 batting average, 542 slugging, 925 OPS, 200 isolated power. So these guys are good for hit all the way up to a home run. You guys already know that, right? That's what I'm looking at right there. All these bats can really stretch out, but those are two bats, one lefty, one righty, that really stood out to me. I couldn't talk you off any of the rest of the bats though. And like I said, Michael Bush was somebody who popped up on my radar as well, right? So quick breakdown of how I look at bats, so you guys can see, and I can pretty much run down the rest of the bats and just give my quick thoughts on who I like and whatever, right? Because you guys already know how and who and how I looked at them, right? So the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Philadelphia Phillies game here. Looking at the Los Angeles Dodgers side, of course, there was a few bets that kind of stood out to me, right? On the lefties and righties. Big time sample size for a lot of these batters versus Wheeler. Wheeler's been around a long time, especially Freddie. Freddie has like a 50 game sample size versus these guys, right? A lot of these games bets came from a long time ago, though. So at the end of the day, um, some of those, like I said, some of those bets came from a long time ago, and a lot of times you can't really take into consideration what he has done. Right? He's 21 of 52 versus Wheeler. Um, so I mean, I could tell you what it was: um, 15 singles, four doubles, two home runs. On the road at Philly, probably. And last time I looked, Freddie Freeman probably wasn't in Philly in years, man. Over 5 years, he probably hasn't been in Philly. Probably more. So, this sample size goes back for a long time with his Atlanta days, right? Shohei Ohtani, self-explanatory. We know who he is. We know what he does. We know what it is, right? While I'm looking at we got an over under 9 in the spot. It's interesting, right? Interesting. I do expect Philly to try to get to Miller there. We do have, we should have, we do. Well, I know Schwarber will be back, and we're. I think Harper should be back too. If Harper's back, I'm really gonna like Harper, right? So he's gonna be one of my bats there. Harper, I couldn't put him in the player pool because he's not confirmed in. Harper looks really, really good to me. Uh, Wheeler, he pitches his worst to lefties on the road, right? So at the end of the day, he's at home. He's lights out at home. So I don't know exactly what to think. A lot of people took that over 1.5 team total for the Dodgers at first five. You can look at that. It's a lot of things that you can look at. Me personally, I do have interest there. You can get that on DraftKings. That 1.5 team total. Some of my buddies were talking about it last night. I looked at the numbers; they look fine. Even guys like Teoscar Hernandez, he looked good, but he has a very high K rate. Will Smith from the right side, he looked good. There's another batter too. There's instances where the Dodgers could muster up a run or two in the first five, but it is what it is, right? I'm not a big fan of Miller all the time. This Philadelphia's team is really, really good. So, do as you will. I do like Harper. I'll be keeping my eye out, see if he plays. It'll be the lefties for me. Harper. Um, if I decide to go to in the Dodgers, it would be, of course, Freddie Freeman and Shohei Ohtani. What up, Sid? What's going on? Yo, Cleveland Guardians and Detroit Tigers here. We do have weather implications here. Keep in mind. So if we do end up getting this game going, I probably won't be looking at any. I probably won't be looking at any pitching in this spot here. Not a big fan of Kenta Maeda. I like traffic on the bases here. You can look at hits for Some bats that stood out for me was going to be lo and behold, if you just want to look at least a hit here, you could definitely look at Freeman. He's a bat that stood out to me. Fry, I'm sorry, Fry and Josh Naylor, right? And then I can't talk you off of either Quan and or Ramirez. They're definitely in play too. I just really put those guys in there, so I didn't have to put a lot of names there, right? On the Detroit side, I ain't gonna lie, I kind of skipped over it. I ain't gonna lie, right? So we can take a quick brief look at the on the Detroit side here. I'll take it just a quick drive by and look at Lively real quick, right? So right now, expected batting average for Lively is 238, 21.5% K rate with a 7% walk rate. Hard hit percentage is 44.5, meaning he will get hit upside the shit. He will get hit hard, right? So how he's been pitching, how he's been faring versus these handling it. I think he's pitching his worst towards right hand batters, if I'm not mistaken. So let's take a look here. Righties here. Um, hmm. That fastball and that sinker is two of his three. No, the sinker and the sweeper, two of his three most thrown pitches. Kind of gets semi hit hard, but as you can see, he throws these to the most because he got a 268 batting average and a 200 batting average on the sweeper. Those are the ones he throw the most, and those are the ones that get hit the last. These last pitches, the four seamer, slider, curveball, all that, he's got a 300 batting average on him, so he needs to try to stay away from those. He's still throwing that four seamer at 24% of the time, right up there on par with the second pitch, which would be the sweeper. But the most pitch he's throwing to righties would be that sinker. He needs to stay in the wheelhouse on those. Mix that fastball in, but it is what it is. He still get up a 300 batting average on that fastball. To lefties, on the other hand, this is where he's pitching his best at, to lefties, right? His top two pitches would be the four seamer and the sinker. The thing about the four seamer and the sinker, what I do know is I do know Riley Green, right? I do know Riley Green will hit the fastball. I do know this, right? I know this by heart. So I forgot to even I forgot to even look at the bats, the Detroit bats. I ain't even gonna lie. The full pitch mix, I'll have to go dig into it. But at the end of the day, Lively will give up some runs. I do know that. Um, let's look at the pitches here. Um, and may the best guy win in this situation. Like I said, no, yeah, towards lefties. Let's see. He's pitching the fastball 35% of the time. He's giving up 2 home runs per day. He's got a 200 batting average. Riley Green is a lefty. He has a 282 batting average on that fastball. He also has 5 home runs on that fastball. He's somebody who could probably get a chance to get a hold to that fastball. Okay. The next pitch that Lively was throwing would be that sinker. Um, so the sinker, Riley Green, is batting 308 versus that sinker. Um, six singles versus that sinker, two doubles. So he's batting 308 versus that sinker. Two of his best hitting pitches. Ben Lively is throwing them at the top for him. So even if you want to look at Riley for a hit or something like that, or even if you want to look at those numbers as a whole, I could get over here to game day and I can pull up, let's see, I can pull up some numbers for you guys versus that pitch mix there. Um, I know we had a fastball in there. Let me see what else we had. What was that? That was because I didn't look at Detroit bats. I ain't even gonna lie. It's got 242 five batting average versus lefties versus righties. He's got a 233 batting average, right? So versus lefties, he's throwing that four seamer sinker changeup. So versus pitch mix, a lot of these batters here that you're going to probably see, they have a low K rate, right? Some of the ones, the main bats, not the Badu or Parker Meadows, but the rest of these guys, right? So Cole keep in 39 at bats and 43 at bats for Riley Green. Winsell Perez, 47 at bats. They looking pretty good. 13, 15, and 13, 15, and 15 at bats there for Perez, Colt, and Riley Green. Extra base hits, 5, 4, 3. Colt Keith's got 4 home runs versus that pitch mix in the last month. I think that's very impressive. Riley Green got 2 bombs. Barrels percentages are down. Hard hit percentage is pretty nice for Riley Green, and Coquette is in between. The K rate is really impressive for Coquette at 10%. I really like to see that, especially with hit parlays, and then Riley Green and Winston Perez, his K percentage is down too. But at the end of the day, I think you can't probably go wrong with neither one of those guys. Um, I just don't know. Right, last 7 days, what these guys have been doing versus this pitch mix. Um, Riley Green's been looking good. Parker Meadows, he's been looking good. I probably won't be going there. Coke Keith, it'll probably be Riley Green and Coke Keith. Winsell Perez, I probably have to look at those three, right? So if you're looking at hits, runs, and RBIs, whatever case may be, we do have a 9.5, 8.5 total in this one here. So I'll have to go back and since I didn't look at these bats here, I have to go back and edit and add those three guys to my player pool, right? If I had to take one, it would probably would be Riley Green, but Cole Keith looks good, man. You know what I'm saying? So uh, I'll be looking for traffic on these bases, hits, runs, and RBIs. Definitely something that a game that we could probably target, right? And I would have known that. I just didn't. I didn't look at the bats, right? I didn't look at the bats. I didn't look at the Detroit bats. So at the end of the day, I'll add Cole Keith. I will add Riley Green, and that's just uh, I don't know. I didn't look at the home and away splits, but I could look at the home and away splits. But for right now, I'm definitely going to be adding these guys to my player pool just on the hit side so I don't forget. And I have this information with me when I go to work, and I would be able to see the starting lineups, see where these guys are hitting at in the starting lineups for my RBIs and things like that, right? Um, who else did I have up there? I'm gonna have to put him up there, Winsell Perez, just to so I don't forget him, right? I'm gonna add him to my player pool just so I don't forget him. Winsell Perez. What has Winsell Perez been doing for us lately? He looks like he's been doing good too, man. Let's see. Even if we're looking at the hits here for Winsell, he's got a hit in 7 of his last 10 games, 13 of his last 20. So it looks like he's been getting ready to come along, right? Last month has been looking good for him. His hits, runs, and RBIs. He hit it in 3 straight games there. Last 10 games, he's hit his hits, runs, and RBIs in 6 of his last 10 games. So, yeah, if these guys can manufacture some runs, then these will be some of the guys that'll be doing it, right? So make sure you're looking in the player pools. Um, Make sure you're looking at the lineup to make sure these guys are in there, right? Kenta Maeda is just that's why I just expect runs to be put up in this game, right? I can show you numbers from Kenta Maeda if you want me to. Um, if Detroit can hold up they end of the bargain, this game could probably go over. You got guys like Quan and all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So Detroit is at home, right? So at the end of the day, get to Maeda. He's spun a 3.71 ERA at home. On the road, 10.2, like getting his ass lit up. Um, in general, right now, he's got a 273 batting average to lefties and a 313 batting average for righties. I just used as for a baseline, I used David Fry and I used David Fry and damn, what's the boy's name? Naylor, right? Josh Naylor. But of course, you got guys like I said, Ramirez. He's a switch, so he's gonna be valuable on both sides of the ball of the plate all game long. Stephen Kwan, we know he can get busy, so it's a lot of spots, right? It's a lot of spots. It's a lot of spots on the Cleveland side. But just to show you that at the end of the day, Kenta Maeda is giving up to lefties and righties. He is at home. If you want to look at numbers at home, right now at home, now versus lefties, he's got a 188 batting average. At home versus righties, he's got a 297 batting average. Now Jose Ramirez will be batting on the right side. Okay, David Fry, guys like that. Those will be the righties. So when the lineup drops, make sure you check it out, see who's where, and things of that nature. Now on the road, which he's not on the road, but for future references, he's giving up a 368 batting average to lefties and a 328 batting average to righties on at home on the road. So he's really getting his ass lit up on the road. Okay, so at the end of the day, I definitely want to just point that out to you guys. Now, for the New York Yankees and the Tampa Bay Rays game, um, interesting game here. What I will say is Tampa Bay Rays, I'll tell you this, going up against a left-hand pitcher here, they've been looking pretty good. Small sample size, though, because you don't see lefties all the time, but I'll run the numbers off to you from the WRC plus standpoint and the strikeouts. On the season, 25% K rate, 111 WRC plus. They've been hitting lefties. Um, and they've been striking out. That's on the season. Last 30 days, Tampa Bay Rays, eighth in strikeouts, 25%, 24 and a half, 131 WRC plus, 204 plate appearances. Plate appearances are down. Haven't seen many. Um, Last 14 days, probably 100 plate appearances. I still got to give you guys the numbers. 98 plate appearances, 21% K rate, 166 WRC plus. Whatever, whoever, I have to go back and see what lefties they face, but they've been hitting lefties, right? Certain instances, Randy Rosarina popped out. Ramirez, he's always been good versus a lefty. Um, Yandy Diaz looked really good to me. So he's in the player pool. Yandy Diaz. On the other side here, Siri looked like he's hitting lefty for power. I know every time you look around, Siri's got a home run here or there. But and then on the other side, I'm looking at Judge, Soto, and what's his name? Rice. I like them. You're not gonna get too much value on Judge, so that's the only thing that's kind of weird. Like even if you're looking at the home runs, like it's just not the value's not there. So I mean, plus 215 for a home run, I guess whatever, right? Rice is a plus 430. He stood out to me. Of course, Soto stood out to me. He's just good at baseball. So it is what it is. Uh, Let me see if I make sure I had what did I have right here? Um, Riley Green, no, no, no. Also had Judge Soto, Rice, Yandy Diaz. Right now, Ryan Pepioid, whatever. Um, I don't know if I really go. This Yankees team could be dangerous. But I really, 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 really wanted to pull the trigger on his pitching outs. He's 10 for 15 to this number. If he can get the strikeouts rolling, I think he can get there. I think he can also probably get there for his strikeouts. But I'm not even going to run my blood pressure up with this shit. I'm going to just go ahead and fade it, right? I'm going to go ahead and fade it. If he gets himself into some trouble, and then, there we go. But his outs are set at fairly low at 14 and a half. That's 5 innings. If you think he can go to 5 innings, then you could probably get it for a parlay piece at a minus 188. Other than that, I don't know. If he's got the strikeout shit going, then he can come out there and strike some of their ass out, you know. But I'll probably just fall back, right? I'll probably just fall back. Bats, like I said, Judge, Soto, Rice, um, Yandy Diaz. Um, and I'd imagine, I would have imagined maybe somebody like Ramirez would be in there in that lineup. We'll see. We will see. All right. Siri, power, however you want to look at it. Um, Next game here we'll be looking at would be um, the Washington Nationals and the New York Mets. So I don't know what I thought about this game here. I think I put two bets to the side. CJ Abrams going up against a lefty. I give him the benefit of the doubt for at least a hit. Lane Thomas numbers look pretty good. You can put him on your hit list. Brandon Nemo, it's been okay lately. So, those three guys there you can look at on the hit list. At the end of the day, I'll tell you this. I'm fine with not even fucking with neither one of them. I'm gonna tell you that right now. But they do this. They are guys that kind of looked okay versus the Pitch Smiths. Historically, what they've done versus handedness. So those guys are in play for me, just for those sole purposes. Will I get that to any of these three guys? I don't know. If it probably would probably be the same game parlay, right? Irvin's been looking good. I don't have any numbers. I don't have any plays on the pitchers in this game. I mean, that game is just there for me, right? Over under 8.5. I might have to revisit it, but as of right now, I'm not. It's not my favorite game right now. Colorado Rockies and Cincinnati Reds. Now, Lodolo. I'm really considering taking his strikeouts. Um, right now, he you know, Lodolo. He was coming off an injury from last year. Okay, so um, that's one thing, right? And I mean, I could even look at numbers from before he got hurt from this season. He was a little up and down, and I don't know, man. But um, I don't think I have. I ain't gonna say I don't have a choice, but I might not have. Yeah, I might not have a choice. So he was out for a blister. I think this is an opportunity I'm gonna have to take advantage of. Right? You're gonna get his outs at 15 and a half. That's too low, right? He had a blister like one of these games, or whatever the case may be. On the season, he's hit this number 9 of 12. He's at home, um, going up against Colorado. This this is a ballpark in size like similar to Coors Field. Not so much as the altitude and stuff like that. But you can get hit around in this ballpark. But he's a lefty, right? And versus lefties, this Colorado team, uh, just man, like strikeout wise, they number three overall on the season with an 83 WRC plus. Um, last 30 days, they are number one at 29%, 29.5, just edging out Boston with a 77 WRC plus. So at the end of the day, I mean, last 14 days versus lefties, Colorado 156 plate appearances. I don't know who they pitched against, but 32% K rate and a 41 WRC plus. Like, look, coming off an injury, if I'm Lodolo, this is the team that I want to see. Heading over here to I don't know I don't know why I didn't even place a bet yet. I'd imagine right now ESPN Bet has their numbers juiced up to at least 17 and a half outs. I can't see it being at 16 and a half outs on this particular book right here, but I'll take a look right here. This might be a trifecta spot for me. Let's see, Cincinnati right here. This might be a trifecta spot for me. Looking at his pitching outs, 15 and a half at a minus 130. I might sprinkle a little money on it, but I'm probably going to have to take it. Maybe I'll do a same game parlay here with his strikeouts in at 6.5. You can get a 5.5 in there, and you get a plus 102, 6 Ks and a 15 and a half. I think I'm tempted to go all the way up to this 7.5 right here for strikeouts. I know he has the ability to do that. This is the spot to do that. Like, I don't know, man. Strikeouts for him on the season right here. He's hit this number only 4 of 12 games. Um, I like it, but for the sake of this, well, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play this bankroll builder here. Um, I'm gonna play this bankroll builder here at 5.5 Ks in the pitching outs, right? 5.5 Ks in the pitching outs. Actually, I'm gonna play this pitching out straight. I have a choice, but I don't think I have a choice. This is this is probably just I'm just gonna have to just play it and get some get back. What I'm gonna end up doing is I'm gonna play it, right? If he come out that first inning looking good, I'm gonna live bet it because his number standard comes out at 17 and a half. I might end up live betting. It might go to if he comes out of there with a 12 pitch inning, his live his pitching outs might go to 16 and a half, and I'm probably gonna take it there. Or it might just shoot straight to 17 and a half. He come out of that motherfucker with two Ks and two strikeouts and you know, like 11 pitches or something. Yeah, I'm probably gonna end up live. I might end up live betting both strikeouts and everything at the end of the day. So that's where I'm at with that situation. I ain't trying to get, I ain't trying to get, I ain't trying to get, I ain't trying to get whooped here, but this is these are risks I'm going to be taking there, right? Now for bats, I had penciled in Brendan Doyle. He has a good chance to at least get a hit. Jonathan India, Ellen De La Cruz, and Spencer Steer. Spencer Steer is an honorable mention for me. You know, if you're looking at for a hit, these are guys are the ones that I'm looking at. Steer, Cruz, and India on the sissy side. Um, on Doyle, I'm looking at Doyle on Colorado Rocky side. If you just want to try to test Lodolo, but me personally, I'm probably not going there. And by me saying that, watch you probably have 6 home runs. Not just playing, but still, at the end of the day, that's what I'm looking at. Boss, oh, mm, mm, mm. So what I'll tell you with this with this game here, uh, Boston Red Sox. So we got over under 10 and a half here, right? Estes on the mound. We looking at these lefties, man. All the lefties. All the lefties. I can give you guys a quick little overview here. Just we're looking at the lefties, man. We're looking at the lefties here. We're looking at the lefties. Boston. Um, let's see. Um, what is he doing? And on the flip side, long story short, I do like Brent Rooker. Um, And if we get in the fastball in there, I mean, honorable mention would be honorable mention would be Blade. Fastball. So I mean, all these lefties right here, man. Just man. And during the last month span, Devers has been on one. You know what I'm saying? So depending on where he's been hitting in the lineup and stuff like that, you can count on these guys for, you know what I'm saying? Let me see. RBIs and stuff like that. Let me see. If we can get a projected lineup here, because none of these lineups are confirmed here. So, um, with Devers hitting right here behind Duran, Hamilton, this is projected. Now, this ain't confirmed lineups, but this is how you want to, So, as you can see, the Hamilton, Durant, these guys hit before him. So, with the projected lineup here, and we're looking at these lefties here. As you can see, the projected lineup has every motherfucker in there is a lefty outside of Rafaela. That's projected lineup. So they projected to come out here and try to beat the shit out of Estes, right? He's pitching versus lefties and things of that nature, right? So Duran, Hamilton, Abreu. If it comes like this, you can look at Devers for whatever you want to look at him for. Um, he's been on fire. He might get walked. So shit like that, right? You never know. One thing about Devers, he know how to strike out, right? But he's just that good at baseball. You got Duran in front of him, Hamilton in front of him, and Abreu in front of him in projected lineups versus this pitch mix. Abreu versus his pitch mix don't look very good, but Hamilton, over the last over the last over the last month or whatever, um, as you can see, Devers 6 extra base hits, 5 home runs. Darren Duran 4 extra base hits, two home runs. The barrel percentage is up for Devers midway through for Duran and Hamilton. Uh, um, uh, Hard hit percentage is, okay. K percentage, I can tolerate this 25% K rate, but these guys are, these guys are good. You know what I'm saying? These guys are good. Yoshida, 320, batting 320 in that time span. There's a lot going on here. There's a lot going on here, right? So team totals and all that can be in play. Last 30 days, last week, Devers, four extra base hits and 3 home runs versus that pitch mix, batting 700. So, it's interesting, right? Dominic Smith, Hamilton, all right there. So, this game here can end up being lit. I do want to look and see what the RBIs are looking like here. Um, Predicting game flow, that's what we try to do every day. As long as you can predict game flow, you'll figure out how to get to the money, right? Two RBIs, you can get two RBIs at plus 240, shit like that, right? Um, Runs, right? You want to look at runs. Somebody like runs and stolen base for like Hamilton and shit like that. Runs, you can get 2 runs for at a plus 340. That's 2 runs. Durant, 2 runs. Leading off, 2 runs. David Hamilton, 2 runs at a plus 460. Shit like that, right? Stolen base. David Hamilton at the top of the plus 188. He will smash and grab, right? You grab him a bag. You grab him a base or two. So you can look at that. So it's a lot of things, different things that you can look at. Okay. And like I said, Brent Rooker is a guy that you can look at on the flip side. If you just want to get to somebody on for a hit or something like that, you can definitely look at Brent Rooker, although he does strike out a lot. Um, JJ Bleday, same thing. He's only fastball only. So if that lines up for you, then you can look at him. He will strike out too. Okay. Boston Red Sox money line parlays, run line straights for me. Right, Boston or nothing for me. But I think it's just more value in the prop market for me, and that's how I'm attacking this one. Next game we're gonna look at would be the keep in mind, we got big time weather implications for this Kansas City Royals game. It might not play. Okay. If it was to play, Goldschmidt, the numbers don't reflect it, but he's been hitting the ball hard as hell, right? The numbers want Wilson Contreras to be great. He's been hitting the ball hard as hell. The numbers don't stack up. The numbers, do shed light on Alec Burleson, right, and Donovan. Those are two bats that their numbers look good. Wilson Contreras is on the way, right? You got guys like Arenado. He's got 8 for 15 versus Waka. It's a lot, right? Waka's got some decent case stuff. Um, I'm probably just off of this game, truthfully. I think the weather is probably going to be a problem, but if not, Bobby Witt, Pasquantino, who doesn't strike out, he looked pretty good. Bobby Witt looked pretty good, and also Salvador Perez looked pretty good. Does this game play? I don't know, but those are some of the bats that I was looking at. Same thing with this Minnesota Twins and the Chicago White Sox game. We got green and red on this game, so I don't know if this game's going to play. Fetty could be in some trouble with this Minnesota bats, right? I only put down Byron Buxton so I don't forget, but those bats are on fire, right? Those bats are on in fuego right now, so I can't talk off any of the bats from Minnesota Twins. I did add Buxton just to be adding him, but man, and then Bailey Ober, he's got some great case stuff. The White Sox team have been stubborn in certain areas. You can look at his pitching guys as a parlay piece. You can look at his strikeouts. Don't know if I'll be going to his strikeouts though, but uh, it is what it is. Like I said, keep an eye on the weather. I think the weather is the best play in this game, right? Just keeping an eye out on this weather. and you'll be able to figure it out. But man, keep an eye on this weather because I don't want you to put money into this game and it fucks you all up. We don't have a pitcher for Houston Astros, so I didn't really too much look into this one. But Trevor Rogers, here's a guy that's getting hit from lefties and getting hit from righties. I expect Houston Astros to put some numbers up on him, to put some runs up on him. It just gotta. We don't get a lot of numbers because we don't have a pitcher out right now. So I expect Rogers to get hit. I expect traffic to be on these bases. So hits, runs, and RBI should be in play for the Houston Astros. Pittsburgh Pirates and Milwaukee Brewers. Another game that didn't have any. I'm just going to go straight past this game because when they don't have pitches out, we don't get accurate numbers, right? So I'm gonna go past this game. Save some time, save some breath, save some time. Um, Texas Rangers at Los Angeles Angels. Yo, run your favorite bats off for your boy if you got time at the end of the stream. I jumped in late for sure. I will. Um, Max Scherzer. Don't know what to think about this Angels going up against Max Scherzer, but I do know what to think is I like the lefty bats going up against Rosie Contreras, right? Top two bats from this game would be Seager and Lowe on the lefties. I like the lefties. The lefties, everything from the pitch mix for the lefties stood out. Looked really good. The righties, not so much, right? Rosie Contreras, damn, I should have wrote down what I had for him so I wouldn't forget. But at the end of the day, I like the lefties here. Uh, to keep it simple, of course, Corey Seager, right? To keep it simple, and I can show you guys. Uh, I don't know what the what the team total gonna look like here in this spot here, but I can show you guys how I was looking at this Texas team. Um, and from the left side, from the lefties here. So, and like I said, all the lefties getting a bump here, and I want to say it's mainly because well, it's the pitch mix for sure. But let me see. What's that kid's name again? Rosie Contreras. And this is only like I don't know how many games he's pitched so far. This is probably like his third or fourth game he pitched or something like that. I don't know, right? But fastball, changeup, curveball. Okay, so Corey Seager, Nathaniel Leota Tavares, Robbie Grossman. These guys here at the top here have the most plate appearance against. Uh, Corey Seager's 9 for 28, six extra base hits, two home runs, 14 hard hit fly balls, six balls launched, right? Uh, and Nathaniel Lowe, 15 to 38. Good for, you might as well say that's a 400 batting average against this pitch mix. Five extra base hits, three home runs. Leota Taveras, 13 of 39, three extra base hits, a home run. So, the K percentage is really what got me, right? K percentage is down 13.7, 14.6, and 13.6. That's good, right? I like that. He's already sporting a 12.2, 12.1% K rate. That's terrible, right? That's terrible, right? That's terrible. That's a terrible K percentage from a pitcher. I'm looking for these lefties to get to him early and often. On the flip side, all the writers are red, right? They red. But at the end of the day, you never know how this shit gonna pan out. Even looking at the projected lineups, how you can attack some of these batters and some of this game from this game here. Looking at the so in these so in these on a back end in the sixth hole, if this game was to come out like that, the thing um, if Garcia and Langford can find a way to get on base, Nathaniel Lowe could probably bring them in and and can probably bring them in. Um, Jonah Heim, we'll see where he's at. Corey Seager, and we'll see who how this lineup is going to shake out. Right, Garcia is going to sit in this three or four range. Right, he's going to sit in this three or four range some type of way. But They were red. Doesn't mean they can't hit them. They're professional hitters, right? But right now, I'm looking at the lefties to keep it small story, keep it simple. I mean, what I have to look at, I mean, Nathaniel Lowe, I got to look at Nathaniel Lowe, right? I got to. Chris Seager is just good at baseball. I didn't ever even have to mention him. The guys who I really needed to mention was probably Nathaniel Lowe and probably Tavares, right? So, you know, those guys, Corey Seager is self-explanatory. He's definitely in play against anybody because he's great at baseball. So those are some bats that I'm looking at in this game. Um, my boy say I like the fact that I did my own research last night and came up with a few of the same people you said. That's the mission. That's the goal. If I can reach out to one person, you know what I'm saying. Each one teach one. You know what I'm saying. That's the thing. He said, I think you created a monster. Oh shit. And being able to, being able to spread the word, spread the knowledge and spread the word, spread the knowledge, and guys have more time on the hand than me. I don't have a lot of time on my hands. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be able, and for other people to be able to bring plays to the table. You know what I'm saying? It's more of a community thing. That's my thinking with this whole situation. You know what I'm saying? So, and we doing the same research stuff like that. You'll be able to trust somebody. That's how you build your trust when you telling somebody. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that, and being able to fact check a motherfucker. If I might be wrong, motherfucker be like, hey man, da 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 da. Now, Seattle game. I ain't even gonna lie. I didn't even look at the Seattle game. We're approaching the hour mark right now. I haven't even looked at the Seattle game. I'm probably gonna have to come back to the Seattle game. Let me see what else we got. Um, Damn, I didn't even see this Blue Jays game either. So I'm probably gonna have to take a rain check on those two games, maybe, or we could probably look at one of them. If y'all got one game y'all probably want to look at, let me know. But this Atlanta Braves and Arizona Diamondbacks game is going to be interesting, right? So we're going to have Chris Sale on one side. We're gonna have Zach Gallen at home on one side, right? So taking a look at this game as a whole, right? We're gonna start off on the Braves side. The Braves, they will strike out. We know them. We know they've been anemic at most of the time throughout the year versus right-hand pitching. What do we know about Zach Gallen? We like to target Zach Gallen at home. We like Zach Gallen at home. That's one thing, right? We know that. Zach Gallen. Speaking of Zach Gallen, let me get some of his numbers up here real quick so we can talk about this. Um, Zach Gallen. This will be his what second, third game back, whatever, um, from injury. So he came back from a month. This will be his third game. So he pitched versus Oakland. He went 6 innings. He went the distance. Then he went against the Dodgers. The Dodgers, for some reason, he pitched 12 outs. Maybe they was beating their ass. I don't know. It was 9-3. Arizona won that one. Strikeouts. He did what he's supposed to do. He gave Oakland 7. He did right. He only gave Dodgers 4. Okay. Um, from a numbers perspective, on the team overall, Dodgers in the strikeout category. The Braves, right, versus right hand pitching on the season. Number 7, 24.4% K rate with a 95 WRC plus. Last 30 days, Atlanta, number 3 in striking out versus right hand pitching, 26.3%, 86 WRC plus. Last 14 days versus right hand pitching, Atlanta still number 3, 27% K rate, 7%, almost 8% walk rate with the 84 WRC plus. That further lets me know, and this ain't you have to know how to zig and zag, man. Atlanta ain't doing it. Move on. You know what I'm saying? Minnesota act like the new Atlanta right now of last year. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta, hey, when your month's up, move. You know. At the end of the day, though, so they will strike out versus righties. They haven't been hitting righties well. That bodes well for his strikeouts and that bodes well for his pitching outs. So, Zach Gallen, I mean, right now, he's got a strikeout prop sitting at 5.5. He's hit this number once. He only been back. This is only his third game back. And like I said, where I do like to target Zach Gallen is at home, right? I haven't looked at any of his splits, but I know this for a fact, dating back to last year. I like to target Zach Gallen at home from his splits. Yeah. Um, at home, he's got a 1.72 ERA. On the road, he's got a 4.65, right? So they're just, it just is what it is in those regards. So I like Zach Gallen at home, even if we want to break into some of his home splits with his K percentage here. At home versus righties, 31%. At home versus lefties, 22%. On the road, it still looks good. 25% to lefties, 24 to righties. Still looks good. Batting average to lefties, 154, 234 to righties, 250, 240 to on the road, right? So if you do want to back them, this is where you want to back them at. Sale, on the other hand, right? So Sale, uh, he's a lefty, right? And this team versus left-hand pitching, more often than not, they dangerous as hell, right? So Arizona, um, on the season, 20% K rate with 119 WRC plus. Last 30 days, Arizona around the middle of the pack at 21% K rate, 265 plate appearances. Keep in mind, Sale is a lefty, so you don't see a lot of lefties with a 119 WRC plus. Last 14 days, Arizona, 18% K rate, 152 WRC plus. They was going upside some of them, somebody head. So, and like I said, at the end of the day, these guys are lefties, right? Now, uh, I do want to take a look at a few things right here that I didn't look at. And first and foremost, I need to see what Chris Sale is just a dog, right? He's just a dog. He's a dog, right? He's definitely a dog. Uh, Sale, people gonna want to know what to do in this spot. Me, if I get, I'll be like, fuck this game. It's too hard. It's too hard. I don't wanna. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? But for the people who really wanna, dig into this game, I'm gonna go off into it. His home and away ERA for Chris Sale looks good. 2.7, 2.7, same shit. Um, where's he getting hit at? He's on the road. Man, this boy is bad. So on the road versus, he's on the road, right? So he's on the road, right? Um, yeah, got over on the 7.5 in the spot. He's on the road. So on the road versus lefties is where he's pitching his worst at, right? Boy, oh boy, does his fucking strikeouts go up on the road, man? At home, he got a 30% K rate to lefties and righties. On the road, this shit goes up to 35%. This man here got this shit, boy. Woo! If he was to get hit, you could look at the lefties though. They batting 250 on the road versus him. In general, man, so yeah, it's a real split to it because in general, he's got a 180 batting average versus lefties just in general, but on the road versus lefty, for some reason, those are the guys that can hit him. So Jock Peterson's, I don't even know if Jock Peterson would be in Atlanta. I don't even know how many lefties they could even throw at him. Um, um, Carson, what the fuck is that boy's name? The sophomore. I forget his name, but I don't even know. I mean, the switch hitter Marte. I don't know, right? I need to see what he's throwing. Um, I need to see what he's throwing here. He's probably throwing a fastball and a slider. some shit like that, right? Let's see. To lefties, he's throwing. If this will load up, Corbin Carroll. There you go, Ed. Appreciate it, Ed. I think he's been looking good as of late too. I think he's coming back around. Yeah, of course, the fastball and the slider, right? Mm. I think you might want to back off Sale ass, man. But so this his worst pitch is probably that fastball. He's got 278 batting average on it, and he's got a 326 expected batting average on that fastball. Slugging is up on that fastball. His expected slugging is 473. So that's the pitch that's giving him trouble, right? That's the pitch that's giving him trouble, that fastball to lefties. Still striking motherfuckers out, but that's what's giving him trouble. Um, he's throwing that fastball 35% of the time, and that slider, he's throwing that slider 48% of the time. So to go a little bit in depth, we can take a look, a deep dive in it, and to see who's doing what on the lefties there. See who's doing what on the lefties there. Yeah, because the slider, it would say, because the slider is nasty, and I definitely see that shit right now, right? So we can take a look and see what's going on here, right? Sale, we're looking at that. We're looking at that. That's what we're gonna filter. We're gonna look at that fastball. And we're gonna look at that slider, right? Okay. So, right, and it don't bode well, right? It don't bode well for these guys. Uh, mm-mm. Look at that, a 56% K rate on that shit for Corbin Carroll. 9 at bats, no hit. Ain't none of them motherfuckers hitting that. And none of them motherfuckers touching that, getting nowhere close to that shit. Damn. What is he throwing versus righties? Since this team hit righties so well, and it ain't the lefties, what is he throwing versus the righties? So that four seamer. So the four seamer is getting hit. The slider remains. Oh wait. So he's throwing okay. Ooh, the slider is just really good. Mm, mm, mm. The slider is really good, but he's got four bombs versus the four seamer. And what I do know is this team will hit a four seamer, right? I know this shit for a fact. I know they hit the fastball. I know this shit for a fact, right? So I won't be looking at lefties. They ass is dead. Um, you have to take a look at the righties, right? So yeah, that motherfucker is dangerous. I would look at me. I'd probably be looking at Sale. If I'm taking anything versus his ass, I'm gonna take a motherfucker for a bomb, right? I mean, them fastball pitches will give up. Them hard throwing motherfuckers will give up a bomb. If I see somebody that's gonna line his ass up, then I'll go. Like somebody like Gurriel, who I think could probably line his ass up, then I'll probably go. It's just when you got that wicked ass slider, he'll put your ass to sleep with that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So it's really hard. Yeah, all this green right here, that shit don't mean nothing when you're going up against somebody like him. What I do know is all these motherfuckers can hit this fastball. I do know that, right? And this is versus lefties, right? And um, in general, this team will hit this fastball. I can show you. Uh, actually, I can show you right here. Actually, I can show you right here because I can take off the hand in this and just leave it right there. And no matter what hand, lefties or righties, they still hitting the fastball, right? So the last, just in general, first that fastball, Christian Walker, um, he's got 11 extra base hits and 8 home runs in a month. Uh, uh, in a month. 14 hard hit, line drive, whatever. 10 balls launched. That's pretty good, right? The strikeout percentage is up though for Suarez. So Suarez hits the fastball too. Let me see if these guys got any history real fast. Let me see. Um, let me see. I'll tell you this, and probably have to look at this one from a side. I don't know because Gallon ain't no pump. So I'm the way I guess it'd have to be Arizona or nothing, right? I don't know. If I'm picking a side, who would it have to be? Arizona or nothing? I don't know. Shit. The bats, Arizona bats definitely look better. You know, this team is 15 for 68 versus Chris Sale, 221 batting average versus Chris Sale as a team. This team, Atlanta team, is 14 for 55 versus um, Zach Gallen, good for 255 batting average. Keep in mind, these you know this ain't the same uh, what you call it Braves team. You know, uh, let's see Braves, Arizona Diamondbacks. Let's see if anybody got a hellified little history versus these guys. Marte 1 for 11. Randall Grichuk is 6 for 20. He got two bombs though, right? Christian Walker, he's 1 for 4. Austin Riley is 4 for 10. One single, one double, one triple, one home run. He's got a he got a cycle worth of history versus him. Olson, 2 for 12, one bomb. Ozuna, 2 for 13. Uriel, that was the one. He was the one. If I'm taking anybody for a bomb, it's gonna be Uriel, probably. His number still ain't shit, but he was the one that just name just looked at me. He's 5 for 22, two singles, a double, a triple, and a home run versus Sale. Um, Ozzy Albies 4 for 11. He looks good. 4 for 11, three singles, a home run. So that's a little bit of sample size there. As far as the game, Walker is on this shit right now. Walker is on this shit. As far as the sadness from here, I mean, good pitching trumps all this shit, man. Straight up. It's a toss up to me. And you'll get a good number either way you want to go, 122 or 104. I can't, I mean, I would probably still have to get a pitching lean towards Atlanta with Sale. Uh, I couldn't even tell you who's going to win this game. I couldn't even, because pitching neutralizes a lot of that shit. It's going to be a game that I'm going to want to see. I'm going to want to see this game here. So, looking at some other numbers here, sure. Probably can look at strikeouts. So they're giving up respect, right? Sales strikeouts in at 6.5. It's a parlay piece right now. Zach Gallen's in at 6.5 at plus money. Pitching outs, Zach Gallen's in at 17.5. Mm. Sales sitting at 17.5. I can see instances where both of them can hit their pitching outs. If this game could be intense, if this game can be intense, then the pitchers working the counts on these motherfuckers and shit like that. Then they gonna come up short. You know what I'm saying? That's how it goes. They gonna come up short. They might still go out there and pitch good, but they might come up short. I'm entirely. I don't know how I want to approach this game in all facets. Might be an alternate game for me. Maybe some alternate Ks with maybe some alternate Ks. Maybe 5 strikeouts for Garland. Maybe uh, 6 for maybe a bankroll builder or something like that. Uh, I don't know. I could FanDuel. You got a lot of options. You can go with a Nerfy. You know what I'm saying? Or you could go with under 1.5 runs or something like that. And like I said, that's kind of scary to me. I ain't even gonna lie. That's kind of even 1.5 is kind of scary to me. But I can go under 1.5. Get 5, 6, and 110 or something like that. Or probably don't even play it. Probably don't even play it. Everyone say, yeah, pitcher trumps everything for me. I'm going to K's or nothing in this one. Yeah, for sure. For sure. He said, I'm watching this one. Yeah. I'll probably do a fun one, fun bankroll builder on prospects. I mean on fan on over here on what do we call this? Uh, ESPN. I might take both of their pitching outs. Uh, Let me see. On ESPN, I might take both of their pitching outs because this is the only book that lets you do that, right? I might take both of their pitching outs. Let's see. Oh, sale is at 18 and a half here. Oh, okay. Right. Whatever. I'm not going there. Even though I know he can hit that, I'm still not going there. I might go 17 and a half per gallon. I might go just toss a few K's in there. Maybe the 6 K's a piece, something like that. That's a plus 190. Something like that. Even if you take that down, you can go 6 Ks a piece for both of them at plus 106. I wouldn't say Zach Gallen. I mean, I can see instances where Zach Gallen might not get there too, but the numbers do support it, right? So, it is what it is there, right? Um, and the under is in play here. The under is in play. We got an over under of what? Uh, 8 here. The under's in play. I ain't gonna say I'm going there, but it's in play. Um, and that was let me see. I didn't have many more. I didn't look at the Toronto game. I didn't look at San Francisco, right? I mean Seattle. I didn't look at neither one of these games, huh? Where we at? Mm, let's see. We can do a quick drive by on this one, right? Hmm. Or this Toronto. Snail. Okay, let's take a look at Kikuchi real fast here, because Kikuchi could be in trouble here, right? So, um, what we do know about this team here, this we do know that somehow, some way, these San Francisco Giants are crushing lefties, right? So, San Francisco Giants strikeout percentage 21.6, 116 WRC plus on the season. Uh, last 30 days, WRC plus for this San Francisco Giants team 124. Like, ooh, right? And then last 14 days. And how many sample size? They were striking out 152 plate appearances and 106 WRC plus. So off the back, we do know they will. They did strike out. Forgot who they played. They got their strikeouts that high, but we do know that we do want to target this team versus lefties. Um, so let me get something pulled up here. Uh, so as far as history here, I always like to target Jorge Soler versus lefties, right? So he's 3 for 8 versus Yusei Kikuchi, and he has 2 bombs, 2 home runs, 3 for 8, 2 home runs. Um, Matt Chapman, uh, he's 5 for 16 versus Kikuchi, 3 singles, 2 home runs, right? Um, as a team, this Giants team is 11 for 35, good for 314 versus Kikuchi as a whole. Uh, and that's it for the significant history. Now, Kikuchi, his splits here, uh, he's supporting a 4 ERA at home and on the road. Okay, he's pitching his worst towards righties in general. He's got a 278 batting average versus righties, right? Uh, and 235 versus lefties. So, at home versus lefties, no, he's on the road. It's on the road. It's got a K percentage though. On the road versus lefties, 26.5% K rate with a 23.4% K rate. But this is where it's alarming. On the road, so on the road in general, he has a 305 batting average. on the road versus righties, he has a 328 batting average. That's not good. He got 328 batting average on the road. So versus righties. So that definitely lines up, bodes well for somebody like Ramos. You know what I'm saying? Ed, what up, Ed? What up, Ed? That definitely bodes well for somebody like Ramos, right? So, and Chapman and Soler. Chapman's got two bombs off him. Soler's got two bombs off him. He ain't even seen Ramos yet. So I haven't went through this game. So let's take a deep dive through the pitch mix real quick. And yeah. So 17 extra base hits and 8 home runs. Okay. Okay. The fastball, he's throwing 50% of the time, he's getting wrecked. 4 home runs there. Curveball, two home. He's getting home runs to all of them, right? Um, so the last month, um, Soler does not have a home run versus this pitch mix, but he's batting 333 versus this pitch mix. That's a good thing there. Eloy Ramos, um, and the hard hit percentage for Jose Soler is up there, right? Line drive is up there. Fly balls, not so much. So it's not because you see there's no home runs. He hadn't been lifting it, right? He ain't been lifting every voice, right? But the K percentage is up. I mean down. That's a good thing. 17% for Soler. Rainbow is down. Is down. You know what? Let me add in this slider here. I'm gonna add in this slider. I'm gonna add in this slider. They might see this slider. I don't know. I mean, I could take this slider out. I could take this curveball out, and I could take this changeup out. And it basically, he's throwing that four seam fastball 50% of the time. So I would base it off of followed by the curveball 22%. But I would base it off for me a hitter. What I'm looking at right here, I'm looking at fastball hitters for sure. And for these guys to lamp on it, right? These three guys, right? No, well, Soler, uh, Ramos, and Chapman. I would one of these guys is gonna get him. They're gonna get him, right? They're gonna get him, and that would be they. You got to think of it from a hitter's perspective, man. These guys they're gonna be lamping. They're gonna be lamping, man. So Soler just off that fastball alone, and Eloy, man, right now in the last month, 18% barrel rate, 25% barrel rate, man. Hard hit, 50%. The line drive is up for Soler, and the fly ball is up for Soler. So, and the K percent is down. That's just during the fastball. He likes the fastball. He wants that fastball. He might take his ass deep tonight. Ramos is another guy that you can look at, and like I said, Chapman is another guy that you can look at to take these guys to take him deep or hit him or at the very least hit him hard. Right. Last 7 days, two at bats, one extra base hit for Soler. Looks pretty good. Right. So those are the guys that I'll be looking at there. Soler, I would probably rank him. I really want to put Ramos above Soler, but I mean, those guys to be 1As, 1Bs. You know what I'm saying? Number two, Chapman to come behind those guys for me. Okay. Um, on the flip side, we're looking at um, you're looking at so in I was looking at the model here. I don't really go off this model like that, but sometimes I use the fact check whatever I'm looking at. And let's just look. So right now they have Vladdy on top of how they have them ranked. They have Vladdy, Chapman, Ramos, then Soler. That's I want to say that's crazy, but it is what it is. Who's pitching for oh Snell. Fuck. Snell, right? Hmm. I don't know what to I don't know. I don't know, man. I think I'm gonna pump my brakes on that one there, man. Big Snell, how long he been back? He ain't even been back. I don't know what to think here, man. I'm gonna temper my expectations. Just know Vladdy is in play. I'm gonna just leave it at that. Snell is a righty though, right? Oh, Blake Snell's a lefty. Hmm. Hmm. Well, I know you can look at Justin Turner against any lefty, really, truthfully. But I'm gonna probably end up falling back on that situation, and I ain't gonna look into this Seattle Mariners game. I'm gonna just fall back from that one. If you guys like something, let me know. What's up with Missouri though? What's up with this K percentage? Let's take a look into this K percentage here. So, quick thing, Gilbert, right? He pitching his worst on the road, so I can give you guys. So this will be interesting. He's looking good. He looks good. He looks good. On the road versus lefties, that's his worst split. On the road versus lefties, right? 263 batting average there. 25% K rate. On the road versus righties, they don't strike out that much. And his K percentage is down versus righties, so I don't know. This team could probably get at him. Um, that's where he's most vulnerable at. Let me see. Missouri. Mm-mm, mm-mm. I just don't target a lot of batters from. I don't target a lot of batters from Seattle, but they're clearly in play, right? He's giving up runs to. He's giving up. He's giving up runs, right? Missouri's giving up runs. I'll tell you right here. He's pitching his worst to probably everybody, truthfully. Um, so far, he's pitching his worst towards lefties, right? Um, yeah, he's got a 450 batting average on that. Oh man, this goes for four seamer, the changeup. Fuck it, man. Let's take a look at some of these lefties real quick. you know, shit, that's Seattle. Let me just put it in general real quick. Missouri, before we get out of here. I don't bet on these Seattle bats, man. So I'm just showing y'all this shit. He's doing a slider and fastball. So Cal Raleigh, Luke Rayleigh, both of these guys. I mean, so look at the K rates, man. These motherfuckers, boy. God damn. Seattle just Seattle just strikes the fuck out, man. Goodness gracious, man. 38, 46, 25, 28, 37, man. But we've been eating off them all year. I can't bet Missouri strikeouts. So right now, Luke Rayleigh looks good, right? He looks really good. I mean, last week, you can look at actually both of them, man. The Rayleighs, man. You can look at both of them right here. You know what? Let me just filter this to and let me filter this to lefties. And on the lefties, you can look at Rayleigh, right? Rayleigh and Rayleigh. Um, both of these guys 8 for 29. Uh, batting averages and things of that nature look good, but they're gonna strike out. Man, 2 home runs apiece, 4 and 6 extra base hits. Uh, balls launched, stay there. It is what it is, right? So you like Riley versus Gallon? Yeah, his history looks good. His history looks good. Let me see something here. Oh, wait a minute, I had that wrong. Let me see something. Full seam change up curveball. Hold up. Okay, I had it wrong. All right. So, I mean, if you just want to get to Rally or Rayleigh, then okay, okay, right? I mean, I ain't gonna say I'm probably not because he asked, right? Um, Missouri, yeah, he pitching his worst to lefties, man. Hmm. I have to figure it out, man. If I even want to go to these mocks, man, because I don't bet on Seattle batters. They strike out too much. Look at that shit. Them motherfuckers strike out. That shit, you can't even get no redder than that. I don't know. They probably gonna end up tearing his ass up today. I'll tell you that right now. And looking at, I can show you guys. Now the lefties for San Diego is probably something that you want to look at as well. Um, the lefties for San Diego. If you just want to look at those guys, you definitely can. Um, all right, so the top three bats on the lefty side, they will strike out versus this pitch mix. Um, in the last month, profile looks really good. 10 hits, 3 extra base hits, 3 home runs in that span. Um, barrel percentage looks good. Hard hit percentage is up, whatever the case may be. Almost a 30% K rate versus this pitch mix, though. Very interesting. Jackson Merrill, he's got 2 bombs, and Jake Cronenworth has a bomb in that sense. Um, 2 top pitches he's throwing. You could take a look at those. Um, would be the four seamer and the slider. If a batter can lamp on one of these, your best bet would probably be York's in profile, right? On his 2 highest pitches thrown, last 7 days, profile is on fire. Um, versus this pitch mix, the top 2 pitches, his batting average is 333, isolated power was 750, 96 exit velo, 3 extra base hits, 3 home runs, right? So he's probably the guy that you really want to look at. Hopefully he can keep the fire alive in that sense. Um, probably the righties probably don't stand out that much there. I can probably tell you that, but we'll see. Slider and a fastball, right? So Kim, Machado. So Machado's got 4 home runs in this time span versus his top two pitches. Kim has one. Uh, Kyle Haya, that's my guy. He's got two. So I'll tell you this: whatever worse Logan Gilbert is pitching on the road, it's coming to lefties. Um, he's looked good as of late, but um, if he gets hit, I mean, shit. I just showed you the batters that like more than likely would do the damage. But you got to take pitching into consideration. He's got a 153 ERA. I mean, average versus right hand batters on the road. 153. Wow, that's strong. Um, he will give up a bomb though. We'll see. He might give up a bomb. He gonna give up a bomb to somebody probably. I ain't gonna lie. Don't know who I want to go to there. To tell you the truth, it would probably be it would probably be Machado. I mean not Machado. Profile for me. Let me take a look real quick. I'm gonna see what the model has to say here. Cause I'm pretty much on the side here. San Diego side here. Um, they have they have they have they have they have they have profile at the top. Cronenworth, Solano, Machado, Merrill. Mm, interesting. Interesting. Well, I ain't gonna force nothing, but it'll be profile will be up there. For Machado will be up there for me as well. But I ain't gonna force nothing. All right. Uh, one more thing here. I want to look at this game log and check out some shit that on the road, right? So blanked Miami, one earned run versus Oakland, Washington, one earned run. The Yankees, three earned runs, one strikeout, 6 innings pitched, no home runs. Minnesota beat them up, one home run, 8 earned runs. Whew. Houston, he went 8 innings on Houston, Texas, whatever, Toronto, whatever, Milwaukee. Milwaukee got to him. That was way in the beginning. He ain't been that bad. Um, this will be more of a San Diego offense thing. So if you think San Diego offense can still be hot, then it'll probably but maybe if I don't know, you might have to look at. Let's see, what's the team? 7.5 over under. What is strikeouts? 4.5 from Missouri. I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I can do that. He might get knocked out the fucking game, man. That motherfucker ain't had 5Ks yet. It's the matchup though. The pitching outs ain't even nowhere to be found. He probably finna get hit. Earned runs. He's giving up. He's giving up. He's hit. He's giving up. It's at 2.5. Three or more on runs. And it was in every game except for two, the ones that he started. Yep. Missouri has exceeded 2.5 earned runs in 4 of his last 5 games. 4.2 earned runs. Interesting there. Interesting. hits allowed. 4 of his last 5 games. He went over his hit prop. Walks. His first 3 games, he was walking folks. So, yeah. Um, if you like some Seattle batters, clearly he's your man. You know, it's just I get a pitcher lean towards Seattle. Seattle might get this one. I don't bet on a lot of games, but there you have it. There you have it. There you have it, man. There you have it. We went through the whole slate. Bats to the side. Quick rundown. Bats to the side here. Uh, um, Gunnar Henderson, Westberg, all the Baltimore bats look good. I ain't gonna lie. Most of them. Michael Bush. If you just want to mess with somebody from Chicago, and Bellinger looked okay too, but I don't know. I don't even know if I'm going to Michael Bush. Gunnar Henderson and Westberg for sure look good. Naylor, Fry, Coke Keith, Riley Green, Wintel Perez. I can see traffic getting on these bases. I can see hits, runs, and RBIs being put up here. Uh, you could also look at the usual suspects for Cleveland. Okay, um, Judge Soto, Rice, Yandy Diaz. Right, Rosarina could have made the list. Could have made the list. Right, I just didn't put him up there. Certain instances he looked good. Right, but Um, 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 Yandy Diaz looked pretty good. Jonathan India Steer and Ali De La Cruz looked good. Doyle, if you just got to get to somebody from the Rockets, from the Reds, okay, be my guest. Ladolo, I'm gonna have to take his outs for sure, and I might be looking a lot better his outs at the fifth. Maybe get him at a 16 and a half and maybe a 17 and a half. And his strikeouts are definitely in play. Uh, the strikeouts are definitely in play here, right? For sure. Um, Even if you want to tease it down, he's been kind of up and down. He's been out with a blister, but it is what it is. Freddie Freeman, the lefties, Freddie Freeman, Otami, those guys, they good. Um, Will Smith, um, he will strike out, but he looked okay. Teoscar Hernandez looked okay in certain instances as well. Uh, we were talking last night, and my guys, they was leaning, it was on the team total over 1.5, first 5 versus Wheeler. I don't know. Um, so we're supposed to get Schwarber back today. I don't know if I'll go to him, but if Harper's back today, we're looking at Harper. He just wasn't listed, so I was looking at Harper as well. Brandon Nemo, Lane Thomas, CJ Abrams. I mean, baseline for a hit. I couldn't talk you off of it. I might not even bet neither one of them, right? The lefties here for Boston Red Sox, all Boston Red Sox lefties, right? Rafael Devers hits runs and RBIs all the way up to a home run. RBI spot, if he's in that cleanup spot, that 3 spot, definitely RBI spot. If you just got to get to a batter on Oakland, you can look at Brent Rooker. I didn't even look at the numbers there. And then if they got a fastball pitcher for Boston, you could definitely look at JJ Bleday. He should be due. But Devers, the left-hand batters here, I like them, right? I definitely do. Waiting on the lineup to come out. Royals, Alec Burleson and Brendan Donovan, numbers looked good, right? We got big time weather implications, right? This game might not play. So make sure you're looking at the weather. We went over the weather early. We went over the weather early. What up, Santana? I'm just going over a brief rundown and I'm getting up out of here. This is the last of the rundown for the bats that I had interest in. Make sure you check the weather. That's most important. Most important, the weather. We got bad weather today, right? So this is a bad weather game. Now, where were we? Alec Burleson numbers looked good. The pitch mix versus the pitch mix looked good. Brendan Donovan versus the pitch mix, the number looked good. Um, Wilson Contreras, he just the pitch mix didn't line up, but I know what he's capable of. Um, Goldie, he's hitting the ball hard as of late. Exit velo, all that shit shooting out. So these guys are good at baseball. Arenado, he's like 8 for 15 versus this guy. But keep in mind be mindful of the weather. Bobby Witt Jr. is in play, right? Vinny Pasquantino doesn't strike out. He's in play. Liked him versus the Pitch Mix. Salvador Perez, I liked him as well. Didn't list him. Um, Brian Reynolds for this Pittsburgh and Brewers game. Brian Reynolds, I mean, you can look at Reynolds, you can look at Yelich. Those two guys, they're good at baseball. Zach Sawinski, if you just want to take somebody for a home run, I guess, but it is what it is, right? Um, Buxton. I mean, this White Sox game definitely looks like uh, looks like rain. This game might get rained out. Make sure you be on the weather, right? But at the end of the day, I just put Buxton down there because he's good at baseball offensively. I just put Buxton down there, but this Minnesota team, all those bats can really get at it, right? So I'm just leaving it at that. Okay. Uh, they haven't rolled out Bailey Ober. I get a pitcher lean towards Minnesota in this one. I don't know if I want to go to Bailey Ober's case because I don't know. White Sox just find a way to haunt me in certain ways, right? So I don't know, but he's definitely K's should be in play. His pitching out should be in play. The Angels, right? So we're looking at the lefties here, preferably um, Corey Seager and Nathaniel Lowe, right? We're looking at the lefties here, and it is what it is, right? The righties didn't look so good. We definitely look at the lefties, so it is what it is, right? Um, I did skip over the Atlanta game. Now the Atlanta game, because we kind of went in that one in depth. Um, Gallon could be able to hit his cage, right? And this motherfucker's cell is just in fuego, right? These motherfuckers off the chain. However, the fastball, if this cell can get hit, and the thing about that is, this team, this team, this team can hit lefties, right? Um, they can hit the fastball, you know, the Arizona. They can hit the fastball. Historically, I mean, well, throughout the year, this first half of the year, Atlanta has been terrible versus right hand pitching. WRC plus wise, and they've been striking out. Last 30 days, they top 10, probably top 5. So um, it could be a pitcher's duel. You can't overlook pitching. We can never overlook pitching, okay? We can't do that. We did dig deep. It is an under spot, but that shit can easily go left quickly. You can just turn around and look and be like, damn, this motherfucker hit a home run. This motherfucker hit a home run. We went over numbers for for a lot of guys in that game if you want to rewind it back. Long story short, um, I don't know how I want to attack that game. I was looking at a bankroll builder. No runs first innings. It's definitely tricky when you got some home run hitters out there because one swing of the bat, that shit can be gone. Especially from a guy like Sale who pitches hard. They tend to give up power. Um, um, what's the boy's name? Lourdes Uriel. I might take another look though, but I probably won't be betting it. I don't have no desire to bet it, but he's a guy that might be able to take him yard and has taken him yard already. Sale, he's taken him yard already. Shout out to I think that was Rich. He was on Riley. Riley has taken I want to say Riley. Don't quote me if I'm wrong, but he's taking Zach Gallen deep or whatever the case may be. But I can't rule out the fact that this versus right hand pitching, this Atlanta Braves team has been anemic, man. On paper, I don't know. I want to say the Arizona offense kind of looks better as now that we've been through the first half of the season. But we'll see, right? We'll see. Randall Grichuk is another guy you have to make sure he's in the lineup. He's got a bomb. I think he had maybe one or two home runs off Sale. So um, it's gonna be interesting. They giving Arizona their respect because Sale's strikeouts opened up at 6.5, not 7.5, right? And then uh, Zach Gallen, his strikeouts opened up at 6.5, and so uh, at the end of the day, it's a few things to think about. Yeah, it's a few things to think about. You know, um, top bats for me probably. Uh, top bats here would be Gunnar Henderson, Devers. Oh yeah, the Astros. We expect traffic on the bases. I like all the Astros, all of them. Seager, mm, shit, Soler, Ramos. Either one of those guys, man. Those guys are 1A, 1B for me. And let me see who the model got for the top bats here. So they got it for the early slate. They have Judge. Early slate looks shitty, man. Gunner, Freeman, Otani, Naylor, Rice. Let me see. For the evening games, they have Devers, Seager, Altuve, William Contreras. Those are the ones they got in all green. The top three bats: Devers, Corey Seager, Altuve. They have for the evening slate. Um, I wasn't expecting that. The top three for the first four games. The top three they have Judge, Turner, Freddie, then Gunner. I don't, I don't, I don't, I don't go by none of that shit, bro. I don't go by none of that shit. I don't. All right. So that just about sums it up, man. Um, went to the White Sox and Twins game last night. That joint was busting. Went to extra innings. Santana, where they at? White Sox and Twins, where they at? Oh, you in the city? Oh, you from the city then? Oh, you from the shot? All right, I'm from the shot. I mean, I don't know if you're there from there, but that's where you went. Um, my mama told me Seager and Riley finna have a yard work all day. Okay, okay, okay. You thinking lively, Ben Lively strikeouts? Ben Lively can get there. He can get there. White Sox just been so pesky, man. Oh no, wait a minute. Lively. I don't know about that. Wait. I don't know about that, bro. They are playing the they can't strike out. They can't strike out uh over East State to the Lake, right? I'm from 59, Inglewood. But I already know. Y'all had cameras before cameras even came out back there. They don't even know news don't even make it back to that motherfucker. Everything be over with by the time they make it back there. Yeah, I'm all through that though. I've been all through everywhere. My boy Ophis, man. Rest in peace to my homie Ophis, all back there. I used to really hang tough with him. Um, yeah, for sure, Santana. I already know. Yeah. Let me see. I watched the game last night. I watched the game last night, and ATL had only 5 hits, but bombed them when they didn't and overcame a 1-3 line and won 4-3. Ozzy and Ozuna should take back and Cattell due for a hit today. Yeah, for sure. The research says over. I couldn't talk you off of that. That's why I'm so undecided here. Speaking of Ozzy got good history versus this kid here. Yep. Trevon, what's up? What's up, Trevon? What's up? What's going on? Yep. So let's see. Let's leave out this motherfucker, right? Let's go over here. Let's go over here. Let's go over here. Let's go over to DraftKings. Let's go over here to battle props, right? Either player home run. Let's go like this. He said, my bets are Wilson Riley, Wilson Contreras, Burton, J.P. Crawford, Gunner, and Big Seeger. Not the little one, right? So let's go. Let's go with I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play this, right? Oh, I love this prop. This prop here so much. I love this prop so much. Let's go with I want Gunner and I ain't gonna be able to get him. Oh, I was looking into those strikeouts. Hold on, bro. Wait a minute. My bad. Lively. Right. My bad. Um, they up against Detroit. So it was three bats on Detroit that I wouldn't say they wasn't striking out. Those three that I listed, they're on the road too, right? I don't know. I don't know what Ben Lively strikeouts is. So on the road versus righties, he's got a 13% K rate with 291 batting average, right? So righties hitting him on the road. Um, you said that Bellinger or Santana looked decent on that DraftKings prop. Yeah, I was. It's probably going to be Bellinger or um. I don't think you can go wrong. I mean, with your choices, I mean, it's them, right? The two bats that looked that popped was for the Cubs was Bush and Bellinger, right? And the ones that I picked out, there was too many for Baltimore. I picked out um, Gunner and damn, I forgot that boy name. Gunner and I forgot his name, man. Westberg. That's what I picked out. Detroit. I don't know what to say about Detroit. Lively strikeouts in there. What? 4.5. Huh? He hasn't faced his team. He at least had four straight strikeouts. One, two, every game except for two. He at least had four strikeouts in every game except for two. Uh, say he was thinking Bush and Hap. Say I got Westberg also. Westberg is definitely a good look. Him and Jordan. I might throw them both into some yard work. My grass for that Ben Lively strikeout. I mean, I think he can get there. I don't know if I'm gonna be betting it. What about his pitching outs? Um, it's instances where he can get there. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna be betting it. I don't think I'm gonna be betting it though. I don't know. Four strikeouts. You never know, man. Well, four strikeouts, I guess. But those bats though, I had some bats to the side. Now, Colt Keith. Did I add them? Did I say them? Mention them? Yeah, Colt Keith, Riley Green, Winsell Perez. These three guys wasn't striking out versus his pitch mix, right? It wasn't striking out versus his pitch mix. And he's pitching, I think he's giving up almost a 280, 290 batting average on the road to righties. So that is what it is. That's the info. That's the info. Gotta make tough decisions. So this one here, I would probably look at, yeah, maybe Gunner and see these right here. I would like I would bet these. So this is what I would do, right? This is what I would do. What I've been doing, right? So like a game like this, and with Baltimore, I'm taking like now. I like I like Westberg, right? So I'm taking well, since we don't got Westberg up here, I'm taking Gunnar Henderson and Anthony Santander, and I'm betting them straight, and then I'm gonna bet Westberg straight. That's like a 2 for 3, right? So let's say Gunner hit one and Westberg hit one, then boom. Well, if Westberg hit one, I get my money back for this shit, whatever the case may be. But that's how I'm doing it. Like, 2 for 3s and shit like that, betting my home runs and stuff like that. And I've been hitting these. I've been hitting these. I've been hitting these. So it's going to be the Henderson and Santander. And I'm going to come back and bet Westberg straight. Nah, that's three. That's three. If one of them hit one, it is what it is. It don't even matter, right? Oh, it matters because I'm gonna take an L, but that's how I'm gonna do it. Then, so the next game, next play, uh, round robin these too. Um, let me see. I'll take a rain check on that one real quick. Okay, they got Bryce Harper out. All right, well, it would probably be a Harper. Oh, they ain't gonna give us that old tiny Harper lake. Mm. I can. Oh, yes, they will. That's a -110. I'll take it though. I'll take it. Don't have to though. I like that one. Might bet that one. Harper and Otani. Judge, come on man. Judge is like you don't even get no value on Judge. Siri, I like Siri today. Um, but let me just go. Let me just go. All right. And I like the Duran, Rooker and Devers. Ooh, that one's nice. Rooker and Devers. Duran endeavors, like, yeah, like, man, come on, man. Set up. I like that one. Duran endeavors, right? Ade De La Cruz. Doyle. Doyle is somebody that I liked. Um, Steer, McMahon, Steer, and Eddie De La Cruz. Steer, Goodman, Benson and Steer. Uh, I don't want to force anything on this one here, but Eddie De La Cruz, Steer, and India look good. India and Steer got bombs. But Soderstrom been hitting the ball hard as fuck. JJ Bleday, that's my guy going up against that fastball. This Washington Nationals game, I can actually see CJ Abrams dropping a bomb, right? FanDuel has a 105% boost builder. Would you suggest to get the best value? What would you suggest to get the RBIs, bases, hits only for a 7 pick combo? I ain't been on FanDuel. A boost builder. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Now, you said you would what would you suggest to get the best value? RBIs, total bases, hits only, or a 7 pick combo? Mm, I mean, it's we done went through the slate, so it's like whatever you wanna do. You see what I'm saying? When you know you got games and stuff, we don't have no projected lineups out. The legs have to be 300 minus three. Okay, okay. So then, okay. So hits probably hits, and RBIs can be a thing too. It just depends on what game it is and how we broke it down. So like, if I like the team total, right? I like the team total here for Baltimore, right? And just for example, right? So let's go to Baltimore. Um, I expect I expect traffic to be on bases. That don't mean traffic has to be on bases. I expect traffic to be on bases, right? On the base. Because we trying to predict game flow. Especially me because I don't mainly bet just hits. I bet hits, runs, and RBIs. So and I hit them at a very nice rate. So my research got to be not all the way on point, but it just it's there. The research is kind of like there. So for instance, I expect traffic to be on the basis here, right? Um, we got a decent amount of green here. Uh, versus this pitch mix, Anthony Santander last month he got 3 bombs. Gunnar Henderson's got one with 8 extra base hits. Adley lower batting average, 7 hits though. He's got a bomb. Everybody's got a bomb in the last month versus this pitch mix. Colton Cowser has 3 with a low batting average. High Woba, isolated power is highest out of everybody's except for this Thor kid, but it's only one bad appearance, 2 bad plate appearances for him. So you can't really count that. And actually, KJ and Kyle, man, do they got some bats over here or what? God damn. 2 home runs, 3 home runs, one, 3. Just wow. At the end of the day, though, they got some motherfuckers hitting the ball pretty hard over here, right? So that's good for bat traffic on bases, hits, runs, RBIs. You know what I'm saying? In a place like Wrigley, if they're at Wrigley, and depending on no, they're at Baltimore, so you know, a lot of traffic on the bases, hits, runs, and RBIs with that game, shit like that, right? I'm gonna bet the team total over 4.5 for Baltimore, so we're gonna see what's gonna happen there. But at the end of the day, yeah. So long story short, like I said, just see who's in the lineup. You got time, and gather your thoughts. And don't put nobody on there. Don't put nobody on your damn ticket that you got to second guess at all. Just because you in this Baltimore game don't mean you got to put Cubs in there. That don't mean that. Put the motherfuckers down and keep it moving, right? Put them killers in there and keep it moving. Um, Coke Keith, Riley Green, Winsell Perez. those guys, Riley Green had the highest strikeout rate between them. Colt Keith's been on fire. Winsell Perez just ain't been striking out. Um, so, hits. If you don't think the team gonna muster up runs, then you're gonna look for hits. Um, let me see. Um, Boston, prime example. Another game. Well, traffic is gonna be on bases here in favor of Boston. If you like these guys, but these Oakland guys, but you just can't don't put them there. You got hits. You know, Devers in the RBI spot, one or two. You know what I'm saying? Home run spot. Versus that pitch mix. Boston looks really really good. You see what I'm saying? I'll go to Boston. I'll go to Boston. I'll go to Boston, and we're looking at the lefties for Boston, and the projected lineup. Shit, they got 8 lefties in the lineup projected with one righty. So you know, um, we trying to pick on the weak. We don't want to. We don't want to pick on nobody. That fastball, he's throwing that fastball 50% of the time. Hurry up and get this guy up out of here, right? Uh, so we're looking at the lefties, right? And look at that. Devers, in the last month, he's got six extra base hits, 5 home runs, 9 hard hits sitting up over 60%. Like, you can't even get no greener than that. 17.6 K rate, right? Like last 7 days, he's got a 700 batting average with 3 home runs in that shit. Like, it's crazy, right? It's a lot of crazy shit going on. Um, but yeah, versus lefties, as you can see, he's giving it up. He's giving it up. All the lefties in play. Masaka, 300 batting average in 25 plate appearances. Dominic Smith, 25 plate appearances, 280. David Hamilton, 346 batting average in 26 plate appearances. At bats, rather. Jaron Duran, 324. The list just goes on and on and on. So it all just boils down to making the right read. Um, and making the right read and sticking with what's supposed to happen. And if we do that more often, then we'll be better. We'll be better players. I'll be a better player. You know what I'm saying? That only thing I struggle with right now is the volume. I play a lot of volume. I just don't. I play a lot of volume and just I'm all over the place. You know what I'm saying? But I used to be all over the place with parlays, but I'm all over the place with straights. You know what I'm saying? I play a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? But you don't clunk out either. You know what I'm saying? You don't clunk out. You can be all over the place with parlays and don't hit not one of them. Don't hit not one of them. So at the end of the day, like I said, those are some high traffic spots that I like. You know what I'm saying? Just Boston, Houston should be a high traffic spot, right? He gives it up. Rogers gives it up to righties and lefties. Um, Texas, the left hand batters for Texas, the lefties. Corey Seager and Nathaniel Lowe is the ones that I like. Um, and I like Soler and Ramos. And I couldn't talk you off Chapman, right? Chapman can strike out. Soler been looking good as of late. I'm taking both of these guys that say that I'm taking Soler, Ramos home run combo, and I'm taking Chapman on the side for a home run. One of those three should go deep. Yeah. Um, so you know, I'll throw my eggs in that bucket there and let it roll, right? And let it roll. Stick to the high traffic areas because those are more often than not you're gonna get things accomplished like hits, runs, and RBIs. Them 3-4 slots be them RBI slots and stuff like that. So appreciate you always coming with an open man on how to attack a proper not line out through your man. Much love, fam. Much love. You know, all the shit ain't gotta pan out the way we trying to make it pan out, but you already know. Jordan Alvarez, Altuve, and Jordan. Yeah, I'll take that. Altuve and Jordan. We can't. I'll take that. I'm going over this Pirates Brewers game. Um, Angels. What we had? Three legs go, five leg round robin. I'll come back to this Angel. I know it won't see her. I will go straight to this because I can't forget this one here. Ramos, and Soler. Yes, please. Give me that, right? Yeah, and then I'll go back to what else? Where were we supposed to come back to? Do I have Devers up? Oh, Devers and Duran. Have Devers and Duran. I mean, if you just, I mean, like you got the Cubs, Guardians, and Tigers. If you want to go with Naylor and Jose Ramirez, oh no, that's Bo, not Bo. Jose, Josh, and Ramirez like plus 220. You can't go wrong, even if it don't hit, right? Plus 220. I like that. Um, did we put Dodgers and Phillies up there? I mean, Otani and Harper, like, um, Freddie might go deep today too, though. Then you got Judge and Rice, like, whatever, right? Whatever you want to do, right? So it's a lot, man. It's a lot, but it's not. So they have that. Let's try Gunner and Santander, Duran and Devers, Altuve and Jordan, Ramos and Soler, Naylor and Jose, right? I don't even know if I want to go there. I do. I might substitute that Jose and Naylor out, right? But it is what it is, right? I might substitute that one out. I don't know what for, but maybe Seager and Garcia, Seager and I don't know. I'll figure it out. But these four for sure. I'm gonna throw another one in there and round robin it. But I'm playing these four for sure. Ramos, Dinger Tuesday. I might end up taking Soler or Ramos. The pitchers, like what you trying to find out, Big Bang? Because I'm getting ready to go now. It's over. Um, I'll tell you this right off the bat. Um, Kremer, he 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 should be able to get to his K's or near his K's. Um, Wheeler, I didn't even look at Wheeler's case to tell you the truth, but he's a monster at home. It's a monster at home. Lively, I think he's had 4Ks or better in every game except for two. So if you want to alter it down to four, it's a higher hit rate. Um, Pipoy, I really, really, really wanted to pull the trigger on his strikeouts or his pitching outs at 14 and a half, like 5 innings. I really wanted to try that as a parlay piece. I'm still undecided. Small lean towards the over, right? If these Yankees get to him, then they get to him. It is what it is. Uh, Lodolo. Lodolo is in probably the best spot on the slate. Um, what I'm doing with Lodolo is I'm taking his pitching outs because he's just coming back from having that blister. I'm gonna take his pitching outs, and then I'm gonna take his ass. If he gets out of that first inning with about 13 pitches, you know, I'm probably gonna live bet his pitching ups up to 17 and a half, which would be 16. Which let's see where his pitching outs at. If y'all still here with me, drop a like, man. Appreciate you guys sliding on me. So They didn't put Dolo's pitching outs over here because they know better. They know better than put that low shit over here because he getting ready to crush that. It was a minus 130 somewhere. I seen a minus 130. That was probably ESPN bet. Either way it go though, it wasn't 17 and a half. It might be by now, but it is what it is. Where were we at? So yeah, keeping it moving to so they got Fleming out now. I don't know who the fuck that is. Bailey Ober. This is a spot where he's supposed to hit his pitching outs. Me, I'm having no luck with. I'm having some luck taking pitchers against Chicago. Um, his strikeouts and pitching outs in play. Even if you want to alter it, I would take it on ESPN bet where you can shake his strikeouts down and take his pitching outs and probably still get the plus money. That's probably where I would go because over here on DraftKings on FanDuel and DraftKings you can only take his outs and you can't put it in the parlays, right? Versus on price on ESPN you can put them in two different. You can put them in the same game parlay. So his strikeouts supposed to be in play. They are in play. It's, I still haven't figured out if I'm gonna get there or not. Scherzer, I didn't even look at Scherzer. I did not. I'd imagine he'll. I imagine he'll hit his outs. I imagine he'll hit his outs. Sale and Gallon, like, yeah, the strikeouts should be there for Gallon. We target Gallon for strikeout. I mean, for pitching good at home. This is his third game back. Atlanta has been top 7, top 10 ish for the last 30 days, and so on and so forth. They have not been the same versus right-hand pitching throughout the season. Can they come out there and light them up? Yeah, but most likely their performance haven't been looking good versus righties versus lefties has been a different story. Zach Gallen has proven to be better at home. Chris Sale is getting, the Diamondbacks are getting respect. His strikeouts just came out as 6.5. This Arizona team can hit the fastball. He throws the fastball. That's his worst pitch, but he's still throwing it because it's still that shit. I cannot discredit Sale. He's the monster. He's a monster. But this Arizona team will hit the fastball. His slider is a different story. Mazur, I can't fuck with him, right? He's in a spot to go crazy. This is a go crazy spot, but um, he gives it up to lefty. So you can look at Rayleigh and Raleigh, right? Gilbert, I'm not probably just gonna lean back from it, right? On the road, um, um, not Cronenworth. Uh, my profile looked good. Um, what's the name did too? No pitching for me in this last game here. I expect Kikuchi to get hit. A couple guys off San Francisco got 2 bombs off him. He does have a pretty decent K rate though towards lefties on the road, but I'm looking at Ramos, who hasn't faced him. And Soler, who has 2 home runs off him, along with what's his name? He's got 2 bombs off him too. Uh, what's his name? I'll tell you. Uh, Matt Chapman. So there you have that, man. I ain't been too many strikeouts. I'm just probably I might do an alternate strikeout for plus 100. I ain't going up on it though. I'm betting bats. I'm betting bats. I'm betting bats. Team total over for Baltimore. I'm gonna take that. I want to take the team total over for Boston, but I think it's at 5.5. No problem, man. No problem, man. It's all about the help, man. Straight up. Might go team total over on Boston, whatever case on Boston, but I think Boston team total is 5.5. If you just think they're gonna beat up on a motherfucker, do not hesitate to ladder these team totals. Okay, you don't have to ladder strikeouts all the time. You can come over here. What's the team total? 5.5. I knew it. Minus 120 at that. You can come over here and say, hey, well, I think Boston gonna go crazy. Take them for 7, take them for 8, take them for 9, take them for 10, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Just whatever your research lines you up to. Prime example, a good example was I don't know though, man. I don't know. I think the Cubs. I think they finna beat the shit out of my Cubs, right? I ain't gonna lie. But you get the team total for Boston at Baltimore at 4.5. I'm waiting on the lineups to drop. You get a team total at 4.5. That's fishy as hell for me. That's fishy, right? But if you want to alter it, you know it is what it is. Tiff, what's up, Tiff? I'm finna get out of here. Finna get out of here. I gotta get ready to go to work, girl. But I know you want to know. I know what you want to know. Anything you want to know, spit it out real quick, cause I'm finna go. But yeah, you can ladder. I mean, you can. If you just think they're gonna score, you can come over here and take them for 6. Mm. For some reason, they don't have the alternate total runs out. They just have the set line. I don't see. Oh, there it is. Ultimate total run. Ultimate. You get 5.5 for Baltimore at plus 150. 6.5, 7.5, whatever the case may be, right? So those are other ways that you can attack these games, and you can live bet those games. Tiffany says, I haven't been feeling good. Just woke up and nah, I'm good. I'm gonna do another parlay like last night, hopefully it cash. I hope it cash for you too, girl. I'm gonna get up out of here, man. Hopefully we have a better. I know I said on the 4th that I was going to do things differently. This is my first video since the 4th. I'm still gonna put it together. You know, I just really like to bring y'all all the information, man. But for the sake of me and my life, you know what I'm saying. I think I'll probably gain a little bit of y'all trust to at least drop a list. You know what I'm saying, and y'all be confident in the list, but you still got all the tools that you need to go fact check the list or whatever. And if I drop a list and you see something, you're like, man, I ain't see, I don't think I agree with, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, hell yeah, you ain't got to agree with, you bring it to me and let me know, and we'll figure it out from there. You feel me? But at the end of the day, take what you like, leave what you don't. I hope you guys, I hope you guys have, I hope y'all gain something from this. And don't hesitate to jump back on this post or in the comments or whatever. If you're on YouTube, whatever, just drop some plays. If I'm always, I'm finna go to work, man. I'm finna sit right at the desk and do the same shit that I was doing right here. But if anything Tiffany said, we should inbox me. With that being said, guys, peace out, man. Peace out.